Problems. The ones nobody wants to talk about.
My mom and my stepdad got higher than a kite. I left and I went car hopping for about 4 nights.
The ones you might not know are there.
I can't drive anymore. So basically I'm kind of housebound.
The ones that seem impossible to solve.
I could no longer function in society. I was a mess.
Problems. We go looking for them. In neighborhoods, in schools, and behind closed doors. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround our community's most critical problems. And we fight. United Way of Cascade County fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in our community. We find every dollar we can, but we are more than fundraisers. We are hand raisers, game changers. Stop talking, start doing, tackle the impossible task masters. We find hands willing to work, minds ready to find solutions, leaders who will work tirelessly to move our community forward. We give people the one thing they need most: hope.
The first time I went homeless, I believe I was in 3rd grade. My parents would drink. They would drink and drink and drink and drink until they'd be belligerent with each other. I mean, I used to watch my mom brawl with my brother's dad for hours. I mean, their faces would be bloody. One of them would be knocked out and the other one's still kicking them. And I'd sit there and I'd watch them because I didn't know what to do. My mom used to lock herself in her own room just so she can sit there and be high by herself. I'm like, Mom, 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 Mom. What? Can I have a bowl of cereal? Go ahead! And she'd sit there and yell at me for it. It's like, well, you're supposed to be out here with me. You're supposed to be spending time with your kids. You know, you're supposed to be like, all right, we're gonna cook dinner. Come on, let's go and learn how to cook. You know, let's go and learn how to fold laundry together. Let's go and learn how to wash clothes. And it wasn't like that. It was, figure it out. You can do it. You made it this far in life. Figure it out. When I was about 9 or 10 years old, I started taking care of my brother. I mean, I used to be able to put him to sleep. I used to wake him up. I used to feed him. Actually, I was the only one that changed his diaper in the house. I stole from other people because I wanted to make sure that my brother had food when he came home from school. I gave in and I gave up. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't stand it, and I knew I needed time for myself to mature and to be able to think about me for once, for a little bit. And I broke down in front of my teacher and she called DFS and they were there that night. But when I got to the group home, I mean, it was easy. All I had to do was just be like, hey, I need notebooks, I need calculator. I mean, the group home caught me out of so much trouble. My hope has actually gotten a lot better in the past week. I got accepted into college to do the welding program. I'm happy for it because being able to pay for everything, I mean, I see an honest life.
I have macular degeneration. Not being able to read or to drive kind of limit things, and you find out real quick the difference between acquaintances and friends. I don't have immediate family. I've got a couple adopted families that I can call on. Meals on Wheels is really a blessing. It gives me something to look forward to. Not only do I get something good to eat, but I get to visit with Brian, and Brian is, I consider to be a real good friend. Unless I've got doctor's appointments or something like that, I'm right here, and I might go 3 or 4 days with Brian being the only person I see. It kind of keeps me out of my doldrums where you have a tendency to start thinking bad thoughts, you know, about living alone and how long it's going to last and everything. There's a lot of people that's way worse off than I am that wouldn't be able to function at all if it wasn't for this program. And it helps so many people.
I was a platoon sergeant, and one of my drivers had killed in an accident over there. He was one of my best friends. I also had a traumatic brain injury that I had over there. Somebody actually, 4 guys had beat me up with tire irons. If you don't get the proper medication that you're supposed to have, I started having seizures. Started drinking a lot. Anger was a big issue for me. My anger got out of control to where I'd hurt somebody that I loved very dearly. I was heading to prison for 9 years out of 35. I've been all over different programs in the United States, and nothing compares to Veterans Court. They can take a guy that's homeless, find him a home, find him a job, get counseling at the same time. When you're caught up in an addiction and you're caught up in war and your thoughts aren't to where they need to be, a lot of people like to take medications from the VA. They had me on methadone for 9 years, had me on a lot of different medications. I could name them all, but it's a long list. The only thing it did was hurt me in the long run and made my anger even more angry at the time. But when I came through Veterans Court, there was professional people that could understand who I was. Today, I'm a better man today than I was yesterday or the day before. I had lost my house. I had lost my family. I had lost the love of my life. I even lost my dog. But after Veterans Court, I got everything back. The girlfriend that I had caused damage to, we got married. And we're going to move to Oregon. Because of Veterans Court, I'm able to go on my own and live a normal life.
United, we fight for families. We fight for the elderly. We fight for the forgotten. We fight to help Georgia graduate high school. We fight to feed and comfort Phil. We fight for Lily and Charlotte, Anna and Noah. We fight together because there is strength in numbers. We fight with purpose to make our community better for you, your family, and our neighbors. Life is tough, but so are we. No one can help everyone, but everyone can help someone. We have one life. To live better, we must live united.